Hello, Love Nation. This is your girl, Love Goddess. I welcome you once again back to Love Nation Growth Talk, where we are here to grow together as one nation under God. One nation under God and His purest of high vibrational white light. I am so honored and grateful to be here to have received the download to bring forth to you guys, and I hope that it resonates with someone or helps someone on um, their journey of self-reflection or self-love, self-care, their journey of self-healing, their journey of spirituality, their journey of religion, faith, their faith walk. I hope that this helped you. All of these downloads are coming together as a collective. The collective that I'm receiving this download from is the collective of your ancestral lineage, the collective of your angels, your guides, as well as mine, combining the information to bring forth to the groups of people that is needed for at that specific time of you coming in contact or you aligning with this message. You are not here by mistake or by chance. You are here because your energy has aligned you here to hear this message at this specific time and space. Okay? So I am truly grateful to have you here. We're gonna get this out the way. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit the like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. I guarantee you're gonna get something out of this message, as well as any other growth talk messages that has come forward thus far. For it is not my message. It is not your message. It is a collective message, co-created through our spirit teams in order for us to be guided the right way. All right. Today's topic. Today's topic is self-love. Self-love. It's an amazing topic because self-love can help in many aspects of life. It can help you in your everyday life when it comes to your relationships. Okay, having the self-love of self and recognition of who you are and living in your truth helps you in all relationships in every aspect of your life, rather it's love relationships, platonic relationship, business relationship, or even if you are just someone who come in contact with a lot of people. You have to be able to have self-love. Okay, um, a person who is healed and self-loving is someone who is able to be among other people without allowing their energies to trigger any, um, let's say, trigger any hurt, healed energy that we've already healed in our lives, from past trauma or past childhood injuries, whatever the case may be. So to operate in true self-love, you have already done the healing. So I believe that this message is going to be for people who are either getting ready to take the challenge of self-love or who have already taken that challenge of healing themselves when it comes to self-recognition of who you are. All right. So self-love. All right, let me get my notes. Self-love, the appreciation of one's own worth or virtue. So, like I said, whenever you carry yourself at a higher standard, knowing who you are and who you are in the eyes of your God, you tend to have this virtue of self, this self-recognition, this self-reliance, this self-caring. You're loving yourself and you're self-aware, know exactly who you are, who you stand for, what you stand for, and you carry a lot of boundaries. That is what self-care is about. being able to set up these boundaries in a healthy way to prevent people from allowing you to step out of the alignment of self-love. Okay? When you speak of self-love, there are four aspects of self-love. One is self-worth. Two is self-esteem. Three is self-awareness. And four is self-care. Okay? To touch a little bit about each one of them. Self-worth is about virtue, basically. It's about being someone who knows your worth, know what it is that you stand for. You know who you are in this avatar of a body. You know who you are in the spirit, right? So you stand firm on that. You stand firm and unmovable in knowing who you are. So there isn't anyone out there that, say for instance, say you give a type of service, right? This is self-worth. Say there's a service that you give, rather it's doing hair, doing nails, any kind of service, food service, whatever it is. Someone who has self-worth set their value or set their service value, meaning what if you charge for hair, you say, okay, it's going to be $150 for me to do your hair. Okay, well, Cindy round the block only do it for $89. Okay, well, that's Cindy round the block. If you want Cindy round the block kind of hairdo, then you go get you a Cindy round the block hairdo. But over here, you're gonna get top notch. You're gonna have so much worth, knowing who you are and standing firm on it. Will not budge on your pricing because you know what type of quality you have. Cindy round the block may use synthetic, whereas you use the real deal, the human hair or the Brazilian hair. You understand? So you know your value. So you set your amounts, or you set your financial value for the product or the service that you do based off of you knowing your worth, the type of work, and how satisfied and gratified the person is going to be when they're done coming into the contact of you or receiving your services at that time. That's self-worth. Self-esteem, this is something that a lot of times we lose in our tender years of like adolescence. A lot of people lose their self-esteem because they're trying to find their way in life, finding who they are, where they stand in life, what it is that they're here for, And so that typically happens in the second cycle of our life, which is our adolescent time. The adolescent time, or the adolescent cycle, which is the second cycle of life, because there's 3 cycles in life. That's the beginning, which is 0 to 7. That's the time of infancy. Then you have your adolescency, which is the second, and then the third is adulthood. So with that being said, self-esteem during adolescent time is when you can either get a boost of high self-esteem during adolescent, or your self-esteem standards could be lowered. Okay, so when I talk about healing that area of your life, it's more, say, going back within self to find that broken child or that unhealed child and heal them, bandage them up, fix them up, and bring them back up to a high standard of self-esteem. That is a work that is done. That's a lot of self-care. You're gonna find yourself, I'm gonna tell you, when you surrender to the calling of your life, When God calls you and you answer the call and say, let your will be done in my life, over my life, and I give up and I surrender, and I take away me trying to control things in my life and allow God to do the work. When you allow God to do the work in your life, what you're going to find out is you're going to be faced with those type of challenges. To be honest, even if you don't surrender to God, our life is based off of life experiences. So if we had any type of childhood trauma, we tend to keep repeating those childhood traumas until we surrender to it. So, say for instance, when you was a teenager, maybe you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend that was someone that talked down on you, belittled you, called you outside your name. Okay, so now you as a avatar adult, because you can, what happens at that time, at that time frame, people tend to get stuck in that cycle. Okay, so you get stuck in that adolescent cycle of trying to release that type of energy out of your life, and you keep, every time you turn around, that's where you question, why do I keep attracting these type of people? Why do I keep attracting someone who wants to beat on me? Why I keep attracting someone who wants to talk bad or talk down on me? Why do I keep attracting someone who's an alcoholic? Whatever the case may be. The reason for that is, it's not the person who you're attracting. It is who is magnetized towards you. Okay? So the best way to overcome and heal from this is to go within yourself and find out why you keep attracting these people. And when you go within and you find out the reason for this, then you start setting up barriers, setting up blockages. Not really blockages, but setting up boundaries. So that means that you're learning to say no to these type of people. You're learning to say no to that type of way of being. You understand? See, because what happens is we get accustomed to it. And when you get accustomed to something, what happens? You seem to allow it to happen without questioning, until the end, when that relationship did not work out. And it didn't work out because there was some healing on your end as well as the other person's end that needed to happen, right? So that's self-esteem. That's self-esteem when it comes to the aspects of self-love. The next is self-awareness. Self-awareness is what happens after self-esteem. Once you put up that boundary, um, not allowing these type of people within your energy field, and you start working on yourself internally to heal those inner wounds that you have, then you start to become self-aware. God starts to bring things to your recognition, and you start to get some type, there's an energy that you receive once you overcame, or once you heal that aspect of yourself, that self-esteem. Once you heal that part of you, you start to feel a different energy shift. You're going to feel that energy shift, and you're going to start feeling more confident. That is what a self-awareness is. It's confidence in self. Knowing who you are and standing firm on that. Knowing the type of love you want to acquire within your life. Rather it's friend, family, business, whatever it is. Knowing who you want to work with or who you want to partner up with when it comes to the different energies that are being drawn into your energy field. Okay? So it's very important to have self-awareness of who you are and what you stand for. And self-care, that's basically making sure that you're mentally, physically, and spiritually um, taking care and healing and having a healthier concept of self. Mentally healthy concept of self, physically healthy concept of self, and spiritually healthy concept of self. There is work. I've already, I feel as though you guys already kind of know. I've been touching up on these subjects in Growth Talk here lately about self-care, boundaries, blockages, and stuff like that. If you look at the other videos, you will get more information on how to heal those aspects of self, okay? So I don't want to take too much time here in this video on stuff that is in another video that you can check out, okay? All right, so the second here, self-worth. What is self-worth? It's self-worth in itself is an internal sense of being good enough and worthy of love, belonging from energies outside of yourself. See, that's what we already talked about. You know, there's other energies that come into your energy field for your service or for just to form some type of relationship with you. So you have to be able to have healthy boundaries when it comes to allowing people within your energy. So self-worth is very, very important. That's why it's number one when it comes to self-love. Self-esteem is how we perceive and value ourselves. It's based on beliefs and opinions of yourself. So it's self-esteem is basically based off of what people persuade you to be, and then who you allow them to say you are at the same time. And you became accustomed with being that, right? So that's where we have to heal those parts of us by taking in and doing a lot of self-work, self-healing, self-care, learning how to heal those aspects of ourselves, okay? Self-awareness is the ability to perceive understanding of the things that make you who you are as an individual being, which includes one's personality, actions, values, beliefs, emotions, and your thoughts. So that's what I was saying, being self-aware mentally, physically, and spiritually. So it's your emotions, it's your thoughts, it's your actions, it's your feelings, it's the values. So self-awareness in all sums up to self-love. A lot of people are on that journey, a journey of self-awareness. And typically when you go on a spiritual journey, you go through all of the aspects of self. You go through all of the aspects of self until you completely heal yourself and it is complete, and then you step into the purpose that God has called you for. And you step forward and you step boldly and you know who you are and you stand firm on that. Okay? Self-care is a lifestyle in which involves establishing habits to promote health and well-being and managing any ailments within your body. Okay? So self-care is basically it's a mental health, it's a physical health, mental being your well-being, and physical is like body ailments. Um, and then self-care also can be mentally and spiritually. We want to make sure that we're balancing ourselves out. We're healing all aspects of self because the world is not nice. And yes, and during this journey, when you start to shift and your energy starts shifting and you start to change, you're going to see that the world is not up for your better behalf or for your good. You're going to see the people change in your life. You're going to see your jobs change, your partnership in business change. You're going to see that. And you're going to start to realize, you know, you were just comfortable and content with what they thought was you when it truly wasn't you. Not the true, authentic you. That's what the whole self healing is about. The self love is all about. It's about becoming your true, authentic self without any wounds, without any fractures. Healing the fractures, healing the wounds, and being able to stand up in the healed and wholeness of oneself. Wholeness. Not broken, not going through this and that. It might be some things going on the outside of you, but when you show up healed, everything on the outside of you must become healed as well. And that is where you can lose a lot of family, friends, and jobs or business partners. Because showing up in your truth triggers their darkness. Because you're showing up as light of God. And when you show up as the light of God, you overpower that darkness and it irritates the devil that is within them. So that is where the falling away of those who don't try to do their own inner work as well if they want to be in your company. That's where it takes play in at. All right. So how do you maintain self-love? Okay. I have 9 things that you can do to maintain self-love. Okay. I'm gonna name them, and then if you need more information on how to do it, I strongly encourage you to find ways that are suitable for you. I am not a doctor, I am not a psychologist, but I am a light being striving my way to perfection as well. So I strongly encourage you to take notes, and with those notes, go ahead and look up whatever information and find what it is that will help you or suit you better on your path when it comes to your self-love maintenance. Okay. Now I'm going to say again, if this is your first time here with one of our Love Nation Growth Talks, if you like it so far, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment. I love when people leave comments. I do reply back because that's a way of energy exchange, and I want to be able to better connect with those who are here in Love Nation. You can subscribe as well. That's another form of energy exchange. You can share whatever you need to do with the video, but I am truly here to help you guys grow here in this nation when things are so hard, and it's time for us to reconnect with our God source energy, reconnect with ourselves, and take this path of healing ourselves, healing the nation, raising the vibration of the universe as a whole. Okay, so that is what we do here in Love Nation with these growth talks. All right, so the nine aspects of how to maintain self-love. The first is to practice gratitude. Okay, you want to implement appreciation for self and cultivate a positive mindset. I spoke about mindset, how to change your mindset, or how to maintain a positive mindset in one of the growth talks. You can find that within the channel itself. Okay, but yes, you want to appreciate yourself. You have to appreciate yourself by taking yourself out. Going to get your hair done, pampering yourself, taking a vacation, taking a leave from work just to get in a better mindset and not so always working. You want to sometimes take a pause, setting healthy boundaries by acknowledging your limits and communicating them assertively towards others. Okay? You want to set those boundaries and you want to communicate your boundaries. and you want to stand firm on your boundaries, okay? Practice self-compassion, okay? Have compassion on yourself. Be kind to yourself. We all make mistakes. But don't allow that mistake to have you to lose your focus or have you to dim your light within self. Be kind to yourself. Know that that mistake is not the end. You know, just do better the next time, or just work on what it is. Why? Ask it. Question yourself. Why did I just fail this test? Why did this just happen? Why did I allow it to happen? You know? But have compassion for yourself. Forgiving yourself. You know, that's where that, you know, if you do fail at something, whatever it is, forgive yourself. Be patient with yourself. We are human. We make mistakes. This journey is about trials and tribulations. You know, mistakes and answers to those mistakes. Ask your higher power for help. Your guides, your angels, they are here to help us on this path. Okay? Challenge your negative thoughts. Like, that's what I was saying. Whenever you have negative thoughts about, you know, failing at something or not getting the job, or, you know, something comes up, or you wanted that love but it didn't work out, well, maybe it was for a reason. Find out why. You know, pause. Take a pause within those times. When negative stuff come up, take a pause. I teach that all the time. Negative stuff come up, pause. Don't overthink it, because it may be for your good. It may be transitioning time. A lot of times we receive challenges or trials when it's time for you to step into the next stage of your life. You know, step into a new path. You know, and we have to overcome those. But, you know, some we may trip up, but gather your belongings. You know, you may have dropped all your cups or whatever the case may be, but there's a few cups still hanging in there. Pick up what you can and keep going. Keep going. Believe in yourself. That is, believe in yourself no matter what. And do not look for outside influences when it comes to your path. Know who you are and believe in that. Okay, if God said you're going to do something, then you stride towards that vision and you do it no matter what happens on the outside of you. Just know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and everything else is going to fall into place for you. Okay? You want to build positive relationships with people that are coming in contact with you. Making sure that you are setting up those boundaries and not allowing people to push over you. Not allowing people to take advantage of you. So set up those barriers or those boundaries and stand firm on those boundaries, okay? Be mindful. Have healthy diet, rest, relaxation, stay connected to source, and self-reflect. Always self-reflect. Always self-reflect. Self-reflection is when you can sit in a present state, like when you meditate, and or you know, yeah, like when you meditate and you could reflect on, I wasn't, just last week, you know, I was a different person. When you can reflect on those little changes in your life, it gives you hope. It gives you encouragement. Now you know you can do it. Every time you feel that new shift and you realize, I'm speaking different, I'm looking different, I'm moving different, you know, reflect on those things, because that's giving gratitude. That's thanking the Most High for all that He has done. That's thanking your guides for giving you the lineup of how to move within your own path. See? And you realize, and it boosts your esteem. It boosts your confidence when you see the difference within you, that is the change within you. Within you, not outside of you. We're not worried about what's out there. You know, it's within. When you see those changes of self, it boosts your self care, your self love, your, you know, your awareness. It boosts that because now you're standing in power. You're standing in the strength of God. His energy is moving through your everyday, every waking moment. And that brings power. That brings, you know, a level of self-esteem that, like, nobody can tell you nothing different. You're walking in your power at that moment. Right? I'm going to leave you with this. The more you increase your self-love, it allows one to accept more happiness, love, peace, and abundance within your energy field. This in turn allows you to attract experiences that are capable or compatible with your own energy field of self-expression. Did y'all catch that? I hope you did. Write it down, rewind it. But the more you increase your self-love, it allows you to accept more happiness, love, peace, and abundance within your own energy field. And this in return allows you to attract other experiences or other energies that are compatible, able to vibrate in the same vibrational field as you, with your own energy field of self-expression. So like I said, I was going to leave you with that because, you know, self-love is one of the ways that you can keep your vibration at a high. Because you're, at that time, if you're operating in self-love, if you're moving in self-love, there is no experience, no other energy out there that can bring your energy down. No energy out there that can bring your vibration down, because you operate in God's love. Self-love is God's love. The unconditional love that you give yourself, you don't look for it nowhere else. You have that unconditional love, which is God love within you. You don't look for it out of nobody. You're not looking for that love because you give that love to yourself. Now, somebody outside of you have to come a little bit higher than God. I'm going to clap with that one. I'm serious. You ever heard of your father? Check this out. Your natural father, as well as your heavenly father, tells you, I love you unconditional. And that father shows you how much he loves you. This is a young lady. Say a young lady. Your father, your heavenly father, and your physical father. I'm putting them together as one aspect, because if you look at this, the way your father said, I'm taking you on a date myself and showing you love. I'm taking you and I'm going to take you on a shopping spree because I'm showing you my love. That way that whenever you come in contact with another man in your life or a different energy in your life, take it as it resonates with you. That means that they have to love you better than your father did. And this is what I mean. When you have self-love and you loving yourself the way that your father loves you unconditionally, no one outside of you can love you more than you love yourself. And if he can, that is the one for you. Because the person that can match your love is a person that loves themselves just as much. And that's how the cycle of life is supposed to be. Everyone who is taking the time for self, and then they're able to come together healthily, in a healthy manner, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and operate in their own worlds, but yet in a partnership, being their own individual person. but making something happen in the eyes of God, doing the work of God. That is how it works. Self-love, baby. Listen, this is your girl, Love Goddess. I am truly, truly, truly honored to have been able to bring this message of self-love. Someone needed to hear this, and you will hear it. You are going to line up with this message, and you're going to be able to use this throughout your journey. This is your girl, Love Goddess. I'm here in Love Nation with another growth talk of self-love. This is one nation under God's almighty, powerful, white, beautiful, high vibrational light. We are here to change the world, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Love Nation Growth Talk is none other than helping raise the vibration by talking to you guys on how to encounter the love of God within yourself, so that you can vibrate on the highest vibration, changing every person, every energy that you come in contact with in some shape or form in your life. And that's what it's all about. I love you guys so much. Until next time, peace, love, and light.